Well, the planting in the new vegetable garden created here on what was a grass area up until last year is really starting to progress. We've got the new raised borders in, nicely created by our building team. I like to divert them off the main project. They still seem to manage to build a barn, thank goodness. And we've got first plantings in. We've got some globe artichokes planted down this back. I've put them on the northern aspect of this border because they'll make 1.5, sometimes 2 meters in height when they're fully established and grown on. And in front of that, perennial planting of rhubarb. Now you might say, who needs all that rhubarb? But I like to eat it forced, and we have that just seasonally for a short period in April through to around now. And the old established rhubarb borders that we've had here for 12 years now are going to have to move. So we've moved some of those crowns. I initially had them down in this little area here, just the side of the fleece covering I've had over the winter salad. But I want to keep this border principally for growing salad crops in, because I've got the protection here to keep the birds, pigeons and other wildlife that we have to fight off to grow vegetables in this area under control. So they've moved now. I've just moved those this afternoon into this new border which was created about a week ago. The soil is a mixture of topsoil that's been excavated on the building project and well rotted horse manure, which has been mixed together with a mini digger and spread within the boundaries of this raised border, and I'm hoping that's going to give me a really good fertile head start this year. You can just see the Jerusalem artichokes that I've transplanted in a separate video. You might like to watch that from the old area where they've been growing, and then just to the side of that's my new asparagus border. This is going to be a different area to come and enjoy next year. We've still got the building team on site, and you can see in the distance piles of bricks, breeze blocks, rubble and all the detritus associated with quite a large building project going on. The other bit I'm just starting to establish here is some compost heaps. Done my usual job with the 4 nicely painted pallets, 4 nails, 4 pallets, and you've got a ready to go compost heap, and I'll be able to extend that all along that back row. Plenty of space in that area on the southern aspect of these 2 borders. I'm just going to do some work this afternoon under this fleece. It's not really been cared for much over the winter. It's given us a really good crop of overwintered salad. You can see here I've got an absolutely superb crop of early spinach from overwintering the plants. Spinach is one of those vegetables we've all got very used to eating baby spinach leaves cropped when it's 3 or 4 leaf tall as a sort of cut and come again almost harvest. Overwinter spinach like this is a different kettle of fish completely, and sometimes a little heavy going, but we're going to start cutting that, and by removing the outer leaves now and letting it shoot again from the base, we can get those tender young green leaves for use as salad as well as a steamed vegetable. Also in the mix here, and I know I've got a bit of weeding to do, we've got this overwintered bitter salad mix with the red, I think it's probably endive growing there, some rocket just coming into flower, but again I can still pick some leaf off that. It's looking a little bit scrappy now, but still harvestable. And in the distance, that flowering vegetable is my lamb's lettuce, overwintered greens, which have been so valuable in the garden this season. And I'm still harvesting that. Probably shouldn't be, but the shoots, even with the flowers on, have no bitterness to them whatsoever, and it's very palatable as a green salad crop filler between now and when my lettuce crop, which is still without any protection of cloches or greenhouses here, in a very early stage of growth. It's probably going to be another 6 weeks before I can start harvesting homegrown lettuce. So I'm hoping I may just be able to milk this through by cutting it down as a cut and come again crop, and it may shoot again with some fresh green leaf that I can harvest as a intermediate fresh salad. A couple of lettuces overwintered in here. They didn't do as well as the endive overwinter, and certainly nowhere as well as the spinach, but a bit of tidying up in here. Cut all this down so it doesn't seed everywhere, and see if we can get some fresh shoots off the crowns I may succeed with that. I've not done it before. This one was cut back and it's not looking too healthy, so whether it's going to work or not, I'll let you know. Time will tell. But time to do a bit more work here in the vegetable plot. Try and keep this salad crop going for another couple of weeks if I can.